All right, so let's go ahead and get started then. If you, I'm not going to take up all your time, but again, I'd like to thank you so much for joining me on the phone with me, everybody that's out there listening. Of course, you're still locked into your radio host, Frankie Wilson, all new 102.5 FM. And listen, on the phone with me, I have a young lady, a woman of God, beautiful, by the way, and has oh my God, this woman has a voice that is out of this world, okay? I mean, I kind of feel like I found the next best thing. I mean, she's already been found, but I mean, my Lord, this girl is really, really blessed me. Goes by the name of Brittney Wright, was born in Mobile, Alabama, raised in Cleveland, Ohio, given a God-given talent to sing and to minister, is actually trained. And that's something that's very different. We're going to get into all that. First off, I want to thank you, Brittney, so much for joining me here on Overnight Gospel Greats.
Oh, wow. This introduction was just way too much. You just hyped me up way too much. But
well, we want to get you hyped.
I'm so excited to be a part today. Thank you.
Well, God bless you. Thank you so much. Listen, so for my audience out there that's listening, out there in the DFW Metroplex, online, and everybody, we're trying to get them to understand and get familiar with Brittney Wright. So if you don't mind, just give a little background on yourself and what you've been doing all this time, and then we're going to go into your new CD, The Beginning.
Okay. Well, again, as you mentioned, I'm Brittney Wright, born in Mobile, raised in Cleveland. I live in Baltimore now, moved here about 10 years ago. And when I moved here, came here to go to college and joined the ministry here, Anthony Brown and Answer Prayers. And from there, things just started kind of falling into place. We've been able to minister with people like Marette Brown Clark and Tone and Jonathan Nelson, and sit under people like Steve Lawrence, and, you know, LaShawn Mitchell, Ernest Hughes, just to name a few, just been able to sit under some wonderful tutelage and have really people who really care about me and what I wanted to do, and listen to me and gave me great wisdom, great knowledge, gave me great things to study and to do, and here I am today. Our album dropped last August, and we've just been working, we've just been going since then, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. I'm very excited about the ride so far. God has just been blowing my mind, so I hope you guys are enjoying what you're hearing or enjoying what you're going to hear.
Oh, yes. Well, first off, I want to tell you we're absolutely enjoying what we want to hear. We've been playing your single, I Win, for a while now on the show.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
And been getting such a great response. That's a really anointed song, Brittney.
Wow, bless God. It was written in a very difficult time. It was actually the very last song that was added to the album. The album was completely finished. And the label came back and said, we need one more song. And I just had family members that were going through, you know, different things, layoffs and domestic violence and contemplating suicide and different things like that. And I was like, you know, God, I want to have something to say to them that, you know, because I grew up in church and my dad is a pastor, you know, sometimes when it comes time to encourage those people closest to you, like a cliche, a church cliche won't do. Sometimes even scripture won't even work because they feel like I've been in church all my life. I need something else. Like, you got to come with something real and something transparent for me. So I needed something where I was taking my own testimony and I could put it to lyric and put it to melody and I could give it to people and they could be encouraged. And that's where I Win came from.
My God, that is, I mean, and that's a serious song. Now, you mentioned about being a church girl, born and raised in the church, and your father is actually a pastor as well. Now, when I was reading up on you, doing a little bit of research, I also noticed that you're part of Left Brain Productions. And if I recall right, that's also including your brothers. Is that correct?
Well, actually, they're two brothers. They are brothers. They're not my brothers. I have two sisters.
Oh, okay.
They're brothers. They're production company here out of Baltimore. Joshua Lay and Justin Lay. Two upcoming awesome producers and vocal arrangers. They're completely amazing. They were just really fresh and innovative. And when I went to them and kind of told them what I wanted to do, they just kind of helped me to make everything come together and to make sense. Left Brain was a pivotal part of this album, so I don't know what I would have done without those guys. They were amazing.
We bless God for them. Now, you know, we have I Win, but one of the newest singles that our audience is starting to get familiar with is I Need Thee. And that song is that song is banging. I love that song.
Thank you.
You know, I premiered it online first just to get some feedback from our listeners, and the first thing we get is our heads turning, everybody just hitting me back, texting me, posting on my Twitter and everything, who is this or whatnot.
Wow.
You know, the music, however, spans. It's not just one track. It doesn't just have one specific sound. Could you explain to us what your sound is and what the audience can look forward to when they put in this Brittney Wright CD?
I think that the audience, when they put the CD in, you expect a little bit of everything. There's a little bit of alternative rock, there's a little neo soul, there's a little New Orleans jazz infused, there's some acapella, just harmonies with a bass guitar. I mean, I went to an art school from 5th to 12th grade, so I was able to study classical and study jazz and study folk music and all different types of things. Once I went to art school, I fell in love with the music. I wanted to make sure that when I did my first album, that it was a reflection of me. There's so many different sides of music and of people, and I don't think in gospel there's one sound. I don't think, God, there's not one dimension in the God that we serve. There's one God, but not one dimension. So I just felt like, why not give the people everything? But still the message is very clear in everything.
The names of your songs kind of pull from the traditional listener's ear when you go from I Need Thee to some of the other song titles. But why did you choose to pull these traditional titles but have such a contemporary flavor?
Well, being born in Mobile, Alabama, we were born and raised Southern Baptist. So even going from my dad's house to coming up to Morgan, sitting under the late great Dr. Nathan Carter, hymns were a staple. You had to know hymns. You had to know the real melody of a hymn.
All right.
And I just think that our generation kind of lacks knowing a lot of hymns, but they're such a pivotal part of what we do. So I just, from a couple of the ones I met, Draw Me Near, I Need Thee, What If We Had in Jesus, and just switch them a different way, but the message is still very, very clear. I didn't try to change too many of the words too. When you listen to the hook of these songs, the melody is still the same. Beats a little different. The melody is the same.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, before we let you out of here, again, everybody that's out there listening, I'm speaking to a gospel songstress, knows what she's doing. This young lady has an amazing voice. You're going to be hearing from it in just a moment. From Mobile, Alabama, raised in Cleveland, Ohio. Now she's in Baltimore, Maryland, planning to make her way down here to Dallas, Texas, because we're going to take her captive and keep her here. On the line with me, Miss Brittney Wright. You guys check her out at BrittneyWright.com. Brittney, before I let you out of here, do you have any inspiring words that you'd like to offer to our listeners out there?
Absolutely. Just like I said before, the title of the album is called The Beginning, and I named it such because I want people to know, whether you be young, old, rich, poor, man, woman, boy, girl, no matter what color you are, I want you to know that it doesn't matter what you've done, where you've been in your life, any experiences that you've had. Don't try to do the surgery yourself. God is waiting for you. God is ready for you with his arms wide open. There is a new beginning for you right now. So no matter where you are in your relationship, I don't care if you stay on the way till Sunday. Sunday may not come. Take today. Talk to God. Trust God. Live for God. And I promise you, it's not going to turn bright sunshiny road the very next second. But I promise you, if you put your life in God's hands, everything will fall into place. I'm a witness, trust me. Just believe and trust him and everything will happen.
I absolutely love. Thank you so much for that, Brittney. Real quick, any shout outs that you want to do?
Just want to say thank you so much again for allowing me this opportunity. What's Up Love Flame Productions, to my band and my singers, The Movement, and to Dallas. Get the album. It's Brittney Wright, The Beginning. You can pick it up iTunes, Amazon, Walmart.com, Target, BestBuy.com. Get the album. We coming, and we gonna come hard, and we gonna do a check. Y'all make sure y'all know that music.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, Brittney Wright representing. Thank you so much, Brittney.